What's up, everybody? My name is Colin and this is Trust the Profits, and this show is capping the card from Monday, August 14th, up at Assiniboia Downs. We are going to give you a top pick and a value play of all 7 races, hopefully in about 20 minutes, so stay tuned.
Today's video is brought to you by Assiniboia Downs Gaming and Event Center. Be sure to tune into this channel live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern for Monday Night Lights, hosted by Trust the Profits.
That's right. What's up, everybody? That is Monday Nights Live at Assiniboia Downs. We had a wonderful night for the Manitoba Derby, but we don't end there. The fun continues, and this show here is to get you ready for the Monday night card, both for our live show and also for StableDuel. So we'll give you top picks and value plays for all 7 races. Please like and subscribe. It does so much for our channel, and we love to see the growth and your feedback, and put in the comments who you like on this card. But with that, let's dive right into it. Race 1 is a claiming $7,500 non-winners of 2 lifetime, going 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. We have a field of 7, and for those of you that tune in on Monday nights, you know I like to give a sleepy time pick, a horse to fade as the night gets late in either race 6 or 7. And in this race, we have the 2 horses who have actually outdone my sleepy time pick, in All Terrain Jane and Sugar Daddy Jack. They were able to overcome looking sleepy in the paddock and win. Valid Defense is your number 2, who came back and won. He was actually my top pick in my value play on this show on July 31st. He had some trouble in his first couple of races, going wide in many of those races and just not being able to get there. He had that clean trip last time out in a maiden claimer and was able to close to get the job done. Was morning line 6-1, ended up going off the favorite in that race and won by a length. For today, though, I'm going to go with my top pick as number 4, Shotgun 1. I think you have a lot of early speed in this race. You might get some speed from the 1, the 4, the 5, and the 6. I think that the 4, Shotgun 1, is going to be sitting closer. He's going to kind of get that first opportunity, the first run, as they like to say. And I think he has the talent to get the job done. Only finished second by half a length last time out to Living Sky, a horse that I am fond of. And you also have Dot and Dash, who is 3rd in that race, returning as your number 6 here in this race. Dot and Dash is a horse kind of continues to concern me, one of those horses that's on my radar, who I think is eventually going to get it done. And unfortunately, it probably won't be on Dot and Dash. My value play is going to go with All Terrain Jane. That is one of the horses I mentioned who was the sleepy time pick, who ended up winning at about 6-1 on June 26th. This horse has shown some early speed, has only raced 4 times. This is the 2nd time racing against winners. The horse only has one option, in my opinion, which is to go. And I think that this horse is possibly still improving. And if this horse does take another step up, it will need another step up. This is 15-1 for Shelley Brown with Cumberbatch aboard. But if another step up is in the cards, I think this horse has an opportunity, having already won at the distance of 6 furlongs. So that is race 1. We give you a 5-2 and a 15-1. Race 2 is a claiming 3,000 non-winners of 1 in a year. You have a field of 7, going 5.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, and you don't have any major drops in this field. You have 7 horses total. There's not a lot of early speed, and part of that is what plays into what I think might be the best pick on the card. Yes, 8-5 morning line. For those of you that are StableDuel players, this might be the horse that I'm going to use to spend some money on. Part of that is looking at the 5.5 furlongs at Turf Paradise and Emerald Downs, finishing, showing some early speed of 21-22 first calls. And I don't know that any other horses in this race can really come close to that. I think that this horse is the fastest and really the only early speed. The 3 is going to show some early speed as well, but I just think the 8 is going to be best here. And I will put 8 as my top pick. My value play, I'll go with the number 2, Warbridge. This horse is 6-1. has raced 21 times at the distance, 4 wins and 8 seconds, including a pretty high Brisnet speed figure at that distance. It's also second off the layoff, so you can expect an improvement from that first race where the horse hadn't really shown much, dropped back after fading, wasn't really close in that race at all. Have to pick a horse over 6-1, in my opinion, for a value play, so it'll be Warbridge. But I think Orcadian Storm is a horse that you could be pretty confident with in getting the job done here in race 2 for Monday night. On to race 3, we have a stakes race for going 6 furlongs for 2-year-olds. It's a field of 6 with some horses that have some light experience. Everyone in the race has won at least once. The 5, Commando's Last Dance, is actually going to be my top pick for Michael Nault with Chavian Chow aboard. This horse debuted in a maiden special weight at 20K. Then they stepped him up to the debutante at 50,000. A 5 furlong race at Assiniboia Downs, a stakes race that this horse ended up winning by 3 1/4 lengths. Now, the question might be distance. This race is going 6 furlongs. That horse on that day won at 5 furlongs. The Dam, Sweet Tizzy Lizzy, actually won at 7.5 furlongs, and in 28 career races had won 6 times. So at least going by the Dam side, you shouldn't expect the distance to be that much of a problem. Obviously, that last race with a Brisnet speed figure of 61 and a win in a stakes race for fillies is impressive. My value play is going to be the number 6 Vindictive Miss. On the Dam side, this horse has Ghost Zapper. We know Breeders' Cup winner, Ghost Zapper. The Dam hadn't raced at all. Showed some rally in the last race at 4.5 furlongs. That was on July 4th up at Assiniboia Downs. That was one of those first early races for 2-year-olds. Maybe some improvement there. They add the blinkers. They add Lasix. Not crazy about making changes like that. Makes you wonder if they're guessing a little bit. But at 10-1, hopefully some of that Ghost Zapper pedigree can get the victory here. Poor connections, at least from a percentage standpoint. Trainer Blaine Miller is 1 for 39, and jockey Voodoo is only hitting at 13%. So taking a little bit of a shot there. Tread lightly. I think Commando's Last Dance is another horse that's going to be tough to beat. Race 4 is a maiden special weight, $20,000, going 5.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. We have a field of 7. Most are cutting back in distance, including the one who's cutting back and dropping. Your favorite here, 5, Double Barrel Delight, is a horse that I like to play against. He's been the favorite 4 out of the last 5 races, and although has performed well, has not been able to get to the finish line first. So in 8 career races is 4 seconds and 4 thirds. You can expect this horse to hit the board, but at 1-1 in a StableDuel play, you're spending a lot of money for not getting, or probably not getting, a victory. So I'm going to go with some of the lightly raced horses in here who both have shown early speed. On top, we'll go with the 4, Dawn of the Devil. And this is the type of race where you have some horses like the 2, like that 5 that I spoke of, like the 7, I Am Milla, who have raced 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And in those instances, I like to take a shot with some of the horses that have at least a race under their belt, so they have experience that they're going to learn from, and they've shown early speed. And that's what you get from both my top pick and my value play. So Dawn of the Devil will be my top pick at 4-1 with Timothy Tarasenko aboard. This horse, first time out on August 1st, showed some early speed, sitting just off of a front winner that day. Ended up finishing 3rd at 6 furlongs. And then my value play, the 3, Freedom Convoy, very similar. Ran on July 25th, finishing 2nd, only 3 1/4 lengths behind Bits of Lemon Drop. And Bits of Lemon Drop came back to run a solid 2nd on August 8th, going a mile on the dirt. So those would be this would be a race I'd attack. I'm pretty confident here in my 4-1 and my 8-1 plays. I'm confident fading the 5. And hopefully this could be a race. If that 5 does take money, this might be an opportunity where you expose the betting public in using one or both of these picks. Check out those probable will pays, and maybe you put these two horses over that favorite double-barreled Delight. Just pay attention to the will pays in the probable pools. Race 5 is a claiming race, 5,000 non-winners of 2 lifetime, going 5.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. We have a field of 8 with most of your speed drawn in to the inside. And that's right, my value play is going to be 25 to 1. But before we get to that, let's go to my top pick. That's going to be the number 8, Mighty Frisky. Now, this horse last time out beat Sugar Daddy Jack and Dot and Dash. So remember, those are the horses that we talked about in race 1. It's important at Assiniboia Downs to pay attention to how horses do earlier in the card, because later you're going to see horses that have raced against them recently, and that can give you some hints into how a horse that you might like, such as Mighty Frisky, might perform tonight. This horse is always close, has won at both 5 furlongs and 6 furlongs. Your jockey trainer combination of Nault and Chow hitting at 27%. We have a horse that's continued to show increased speed figures, 60, 64, 68. Don't expect them to bounce until they do bounce. So another step forward here certainly puts Mighty Frisky right in the mix. Of course, the last 3 races were the state-bred company, so that is obviously some cause for concern. But I think you're getting a good value here on a 4-to-1 morning line with your number 8, Mighty Frisky. And based on the morning line, you have a fairly open race here. Your number 1 is your 2-to-1 favorite, who is cutting back, finished 4th in a claiming 62.50 race last time out. Too short of a price for me to want to take 2, and that's where I think we can expose some horses here. So think about what I said about race 4, going right in here to race 5. Let's see if they have the daily double for race 4. They don't, but hopefully perhaps this helps you with your pick 3 and pick 4 by starting it off with some prices. And with a price here, we have the number 5, Mosey's on Main for Blair Miller, who is 1 for 39. Not too crazy about that. But this horse, if you look last time out and go back 3 back, and the first time that this horse was facing winners, had some bad breaks. Okay? The figures here, the speed figures, are what I'm looking at and hoping that this horse can take another step forward after what I considered 4 solid efforts with those slow starts. Now, technically, this horse hasn't won, an angle I usually do not like, going against winners when you haven't won. The reason that this horse is able to enter into this race is because it was placed first through disqualification on June 14th. But I think that this horse can sit behind the front runners and make a run like he did 2 back. If you notice in the note, he had a late bid between horses. And for going between horses is something that, shows that the horse has talent, in my opinion, and maybe can get it done here. If you can get a jump forward, if you're looking at the Brisnet speed figures, 57, 55, 58, 57 in the last 4 races. That was after a 50, which was coming off of the layoff. So the angle I'm playing here is that this horse can take another step forward, or he's going to regress, right? And that's what you're gambling on, is that he's going to take a step forward, and hopefully, if he can break well, he can be in the mix. So Mosey's on Main at 25 to 1 is a value play in a race that I think is more wide open. Race 6 is another race here for claiming $5,000, non-winners of 4 lifetime, going 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. I think this race comes down to the 3 Lipstick Lady, the 4 Lord Abroad, easy for me to say, and the 6 Maybella. I think in these types of races, when you have 3 short-priced horses, you got to pick one and stick with it. And I'm going to go with Maybella, the number 6. This horse is 7 to 2, so the longest price of those 3. Has raced at this distance 11 times, 3 victories, 3 seconds. But what I like is the last 3 performances off the layoff: a first, a third, and a first. If the 6 is the longest price between the 3, 4, and the 6, that's the horse that I want. I think the 4 needs the lead in here. This horse has done best when he's been on the front end, and when he's not, he hasn't done as well. I'm thinking that the 2 is not going to let him get the lead. The 2 has shown early enough speed that I think this horse is going to go as well and put some pressure on that 4, and that's going to set up nicely for the 6, who's 4th off the layoff. I don't think you should sleep on the 2, Giddy Up Zoe. This is going to be my value play at 15-1, getting Jorge Carreno aboard, a very capable jockey. Look at last summer. In fact, look at the dates. It's very even similar as we hit into the middle of August here. This horse finished second at 8-1 last year at August 24th, and also had a victory at 10-1 last June. This is one of those sneaky little horses. I think that the past races are good enough, and this horse has performed well at big prices. Has a Brisnet pace figure of EP8, so should be on the front end. So we're going to go with the 6, Maybella, as our top pick, and the number 2, Giddy Up Zoe, as our value play. We head to the nightcap for August 14th up at Assiniboia Downs. This is race 7, claiming horses going 7.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up, and we have a field of 12. That's right, 12 horses. One of the bigger ones that I can remember in recent memory up at Assiniboia Downs, and out of these 12, there is not a lot of speed. In fact, I have some long shots here that I think you could be interested in beyond just my value play of Captain Kitten. We'll start there. I think the 4, Impressive Scent, with Antonia Whitehall aboard. This horse does the best running with Whitehall. Look at the 2, 3, and 4 back. North Fork at 20-1. Your number 5 gets Bonneau back aboard, who has 2 victories on top of this horse. So the 4 and the 5, I can't blame you for trying to hit a price in this race either. I think the number 6, Looking High, at 4-1 is going to be my top pick. Look at the company this horse has been keeping. Last out, lost to House Limit, who won recently. 2 back, lost to your Manitoba Derby winner, Mano Dora, and Gallant Oak and Monster Damas. I'm thinking that that race on July 24th could be a key race. I would have liked to see Looking High finish the job last time out. I thought that that was a race where he could have won, so that doesn't leave me feeling all warm and fuzzy in this one. But I think Looking High has been consistent enough that I'll make him my top pick. My value play is going to be the number 3, Captive Kitten. This horse does the best running with an inside post, and in the last couple of races has had the 6 post, the 7 post, and those are where you see some of those performances falter. The inside, the last 2 times that this horse has been on the inside, a first and a second place. It's also important to note that this horse does well at big prices, including on June 13th winning at 8-1, and last September hitting at 42-1. I secretly love Captain Kitten. I love horses by Kitten's Joy, and I think that this horse has a great shot in here. Could even possibly be my on-top pick as we get closer to Monday night. Last time out, this horse was on the outside, lacked some rally. I'm hoping that it can get back to that first race off the layoff that it showed this year. So that is where we're going to go for race 7 for Monday, August 14th. My name is Colin Sheehan. This is Capping the Card. We did it in exactly 20 minutes, getting you through all 7 races up at Assiniboia Downs to get you ready for our live stream. Please join us. The chat is hopping on Monday nights. Where else are you going to go before Monday Night Football starts? So be there. Give us your opinions. Please put in the comments who you like, and we'll see you Monday night for Monday Night Lights at Assiniboia Downs.